Go fast, eh? It's like a small motorcycle, yeah? Good morning, everyone. Last night we spent the night extremely tired in this wonderful cottage, old style looking cottage. Yesterday was absolutely brutal, but pretty much one of my best days on a bike so far. Na cum se ies de aici? Că o să pică în aia. Trebuie adus în șleau ăla. And I think because it was difficult and beautiful at the same time, it just made it so much special. We are in the Drakensberg Mountains right now. We are in Underberg, a small touristy town. Today the plan is to ride about 600 kilometers back to the coast to a city called East London and enjoy some warm weather and the ocean again, because in this part of the country it's going to be raining for about a week. So let's get out of here. But before any of that, this series would not have been possible without our sponsors Motorrad Rentals in South Africa, Cardo Systems and BMW Motorrad Romania. Stick around until the end of the show to find out more. A little change of plans, last minute, because that's how we roll. We're not going to East London anymore. That was about 600 kilometers. Instead, we are going to Port St. John's. It's also on the coast, and we found some really nice accommodation there, like another sort of cottage, but pretty much on the sea. And from what we've seen online, it's a small town, but it's absolutely beautiful. I miss the beach, so that's where we're going now. This is the small touristy mountain town of Underberg. Waze is telling me 4.5 hours and almost 400 kilometers until Port St. John's. So it's going to be a chilled out ride today. Have no idea what to expect on the way, but we're going to be starting in the mountains at 1,500 meters altitude, and we're going to be ending up at 0, which is exactly what I want. 21 degrees, 11:30, it's sunny, it's beautiful, it's completely different than yesterday. So just gonna put some music on and enjoy the ride. Little did I know that I had maybe one more hour of peaceful enjoyment, so I started practicing my geography. I think the highest peak over there is probably where we went yesterday, Sunny Pass, so that would already be Lesotho. After the geography lesson, I moved on to some light contemplating. I was just contemplating yesterday, there was so much variety in the activities that we had yesterday. I mean, we started at 0 meters altitude and we ended up at more than 3,000 in Lesotho. That's just nuts. We started the day at about, I don't know, 30 degrees, 29, 27 degrees Celsius, and it got as cold as 8 degrees when we were on the pass. In the span of, I don't know, 100, 200 meters, we had the densest fog that I've ever probably ridden through, and then immediately afterwards, clear skies and sunny. Now, I'm not pretending to have traveled a lot in my life, but I have been to quite a few countries, and South Africa is the only one that is actually capable of giving you all of this variety. Remember, all in one day. So, yeah, I love it here. Not even 5 minutes later, I stopped recording, put up my flip helmet to smell the beautiful morning air of the Drakensberg Mountains, had a big smile on my face, and immediately proceeded to get stung by some bee-like insect. Pom pom. Alright, so riding with the helmet open, there's a piece of my glasses. Those are dead. And there's the rest of them. Riding with my helmet open, got stung by some sort of insect. So my face is gonna get all puffy now. My glasses fell off because I was in a frenzy. They got ridden over. I know the risks that come with riding with your face against the wind, just like I know how pleasant it can actually be, especially on a beautiful sunny day like this. I always ride with my glasses on to protect my eyes, and as a second protection measure, I put the sun visor down as well. However, the little idiot insect managed to fly from the side of the bike under the visor and stung me just above my glasses. I pulled over 10 minutes later to see if I was already getting puffy. I tried to squeeze some of the venom out, and even though this probably did nothing, it did make me feel a little better. As you can see, even just 10 minutes later, my eye was already getting swollen. The next town that had a pharmacy was about 40 kilometers away. I knew that Daniel was in front, so I called him hoping that he was still in the town and asked him to get the medicine so we don't waste any time.
Ai trecut de Cockstad? Caută și tu o farmacie pe acolo, că m-a mușcat un căcat exact de cap. Ceva de albină, nu știu. Întreabă pe aia ce are de dacă te mușcă albinele, antihistamină, ceva. Cred că mai am vreo 30 de kilometri, nu știu. Și dăm locația pe WhatsApp după aia când ajungi la farmacia aia.
Punching it, I soon made it over to Daniel. Verificăm să văd dacă mai respir bine. After taking my antihistamines and being told by the pharmacist that I really was in no danger of dying, I started making jokes.
Take a look over here. This is where the little decided to sting me and ruin half of my day, but I did go to a pharmacy in Kokstad. I had a whole joke planned about that for when I was about to enter, but that's ruined now. But apparently it's fine. I'm not gonna die, which is good. So let's carry on to Port St. John's.
Status update. Waze found a quicker route by a lot, actually. We're shaving off about 100 kilometers. That was a big pothole. So we should be at the hotel in about an hour from now. We got 100 kilometers left. The weather's a bit overcast here today, but from what I've looked at the weather report, it should be sunny where we're staying. There are a lot of potholes on this road, which is unlike most roads that we've ridden in South Africa so far. This is not representative of what we've ridden. The nice lady at the pharmacy that gave me the treatment, she saw the cameras and the bikes, and she kept, asking us questions, and I told her busy doing a tour of South Africa and filming and putting it on YouTube, and she's like, "Oh, you've got a channel. I follow Itchy Boots," and she also did a South African trip. So what's the chance of that? Jesus, man with a boat. I stopped on the side of the road to check how my eye's doing, and I look exactly what I would imagine the Hunchback of Notre Dame to look like. So it is swelling up. It's most probably going to keep swelling up, but hopefully not very bad. The last time this happened to me was a couple of years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, also on a bike trip in Romania, and I don't know what it was. It was something small, like a little tiny insect. It wasn't a bee or a wasp or something, just very small. And within half an hour of it stinging me, also around the same place, my left eye was completely closed because it's swollen up so much. Actually the same eye. I don't know why. It keeps getting the punishment. So hopefully it's not going to happen this time around because it's already been an hour and a half. However, I am trying to hurry to get to the hotel in case it does swell up a lot more and then I can't see out of my left eye. This is part of motorcycling adventure. It's written somewhere in the manual. You have to get stung by things that make you swell up, you know, once every few years. To remind you of the good times when, you know, you don't get stung by evil things that should be burned to fire.
On the way down, the route took us through a city which to us as Europeans was completely out of our comfort zone. The locals were almost 100% African. This was definitely not on any sort of tourist map, and while to us it looked like absolute complete chaos, the locals seemed to be having a normal jolly day. Traffic was really crazy. The rules of the road were more of a guideline here, but nobody was upset or mad because this seemed to be the normal here. Now, in every one of these videos there are always a few comments that ask about the safety of our South African tour, and I can tell you that even in this very out of our comfort zone town, not once did we feel threatened or endangered. It was a good experience overall. To make up for all of that uneasiness it caused us, in the last 10 kilometers before Port St. John's, South Africa treated us to something we were more familiar with. The Road of 69 Bends. That's really what it's called officially. The Road of 69 Bends. All of that adrenaline culminated into one of the most beautiful entrances to a city, a huge river flowing into the ocean.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome all the way from Notre Dame, Quasimodo. No, it's just me. It's not Quasi. I'm sure he's fine. This is after 48 hours now. It's all good. We decided to spend an extra day here because it is absolutely amazing. Told you South Africa is very special, and one of the things I was not expecting to see on the beach is this. There's no grass here. What are they doing on the beach?
2 nights in Port St. John's was exactly what we needed. Even though it was a small town, it had everything we wanted.
Go fast, eh?
like a small motorcycle, yeah?
Compared to other countries that I've visited, phone service while on a prepaid SIM card is a bit more difficult to get right in South Africa. Usually you have to recharge your SIM card with some cash and then pick from a million different options and specials to actually convert that to some data on your phone. It was usually around 12 euros for 5 gigabytes of data, but Daniel seemed to have had a hard time finding a place to buy a recharge card. He eventually got it right from a guy which set up his shop in a container on the side of the road. We explored some more. Spent some time at the local watering hole, tasting their local food from the ocean, played some pool, mingled with the locals, and enjoyed absolutely every moment of it. We even made our own barbecue, or braai as the locals call it, at our cottage, which, fun fact here, we had to start the fire with a candle because we were very well prepared as always.
We spent the day running on the beach, looking at cows on the beach, tasting the local restaurants, food, everything. It was absolutely brilliant. So I think we're going to end it here for this episode. Once again, this would not have been possible without our sponsors.
Motorrad Rentals is South Africa's biggest motorcycle rental company. They have a large variety of motorcycles and support vehicles, are very flexible. They will also help you plan your trips according to what you're looking for, and have been nothing but great since we got here. If you're looking to tour South Africa on a bike, give them a look, link in the description below. Cardo Systems has kindly provided the Bluetooth intercoms for this entire trip. Their motorcycle lineup is suited for any rider, from their top-of-the-range Pack Talk series to their mid-range Freecom series, and now their budget-friendly Spirit series. I've done a comparison video in the past and will link that in the description below. Use code LWH on cardosystems.com for a 15% discount on most of their products.
Daniel's learning how to read a book that is upside down. Look at it, it's upside down.
As always, if you've enjoyed this video, the best way to help the channel out is to interact with it. Give it a like, write a comment down below, and of course, subscribe for more videos. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.